cells of Riverside Regional Jail.
A jail review committee recently voted to decertify or close the jail following multiple complaints. However, an agreement was reached to remain open.
8 News investigator Carrie O'Brien toured the facility today and is back here in studio with what you saw, Carrie.
Well, Eric, Dana, it was a lengthy tour, and we reported on the accusations of backed up toilets, rats, and ceilings caving in. We saw none of that today, but we did get to press the superintendent about the allegations and concerns.
This is the hub of Riverside Regional Jail. And as you can see, you look wherever you want to look, this is not a dirty, torn up, broken jail.
Riverside Regional Jail Superintendent Colonel Larry Lebo and his team
We also provide them to go to the gyms.
walked us through the Prince George County facility.
Is this a typical cell,
This is a typical cell, yeah.
With 2 people?
Whatever we asked to see, they let us see it. Even when an offender told us several cells were bug infested and covered in black mold,
Pick one. She said 7 through 12, you pick it.
they didn't hold back.
Come on, she said it's infested and it's mold.
We inspected and found nothing.
Let's go into another one.
It's no Holiday Inn, but from what we saw today, there's places for recreation, and the cells and halls were clean.
Riverside is inhumane.
That's not how this former inmate, who we are not identifying for fear of retaliation, remembers it.
Homeless people do better than those in Riverside.
They contacted us after learning the jail had reached an agreement with the state board to stay open.
When I saw your story, it brought it all back.
They and others remember ceilings caving in, poor medical care, and food that could make you sick.
There's a difference between eating something that's identifiable than stuff that's rotten, stuff that has roaches and mice trails on your plate.
That's not what we saw on this day.
Cornbread, peas, carrots.
Or heard today from inmate Randy Scott.
I don't want to say this is a great place because it is jail, but they do a lot for, this is the first place I've been that you can say that rehabilitation, education is taking place.
But some people, they just don't like being in jail.
Of course, we know our tour was scheduled.
There's going to be people watching today, and they're going to say, well, the jail knew you were coming. They're going to put their best foot forward.
We passed every state audit. I passed Federal Bureau of Prisons audit, U.S. Marshals audit. This is not today. This is how this facility runs every day.
But the reports of poor conditions haven't come from just offenders, and we pressed the superintendent on that.
So what do you think that was all about then, that special meeting they had and all those officials who said they had serious concerns about this facility?
None of those officials have ever been here.
And to the questions of those inmate deaths and lack of medical care,
There's a nurse assigned to every one of these buildings. So that's not true. You go back and you look at the coroner's report, 2 deaths were recognized as natural causes. 1 death was a suicide.
We should tell you the superintendent did offer us a tour of the jail on the spot last week when we first met. Due to timing restraints, we had to pass. Now, this new agreement with this jail board, the state jail board and the jail, does put into place a standards compliance officer. Carrie O'Brien, 8 News.
All right, thanks, Carrie, taking action there. You may want